Oh man, you guys are funny. Team Scissors? Nah. Team Rock, baby. Hey, N10 Cisco here. I'm leaving the blue on for Team Rock because Shiver is the queen. Alright, that's the last weekend there was the Splatfest for Splatoon 3. It was the Global Testfire, and you got to play it for about 12 hours, and yeah, it was pretty fun, but I really wanted to talk about where's my standing with Splatoon 3 right now. Now, for those who don't know, if you have watched a couple of my past videos, essentially, when they first announced Splatoon 3, I was like, that's cool, but I feel like it's too soon. I'm like, not about it. I was pretty negative about it. And so then after they revealed like Shiver and all the new stuff, I don't know, I got really excited and was like, you know what? I'm really optimistic about this game. I want to play this. So now that we've played the Splatfest, where do I stand now with Splatoon 3? I'm mixed. I went from being very negative about the game to being very positive, and now I'm just mixed. It's kind of exactly what everyone is expecting of Splatoon 3. It's just Splatoon 2 with a couple updates to it. Kind of like the Call of Duty stuff, right? Where they just kind of remake the same exact game, they'll add a campaign, and it's like the exact same game with a couple guns added. From what I played, it's essentially that. The plaza's massive, but there wasn't really anything to do. I couldn't explore. The shops are the same, there's no new shops, it's just the exact same stuff that was in the plaza in Splatoon 2, but they just made the plaza bigger to make it look nicer, which it doesn't really add any function as far as I'm concerned. You still have the same merch, you have the story mode sewer pipe that you can go through, you know, the shops, and that's kind of it, man. Like, that's it. So the Splatfest itself, let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is fine. I really enjoyed it. There were some things, I'm not like the best, because I'm still a casual player. I'm not the most, you know, analytic guy that knows like the frames and everything, the stats of all the stuff in the gameplay. That's not who I am. I'm kind of a casual player when it comes to Splatoon, but I still like to play it. But in Splatoon 3, I noticed there were a couple changes. I feel like some guns maybe didn't shoot as fast. I felt like maybe it was a little more fast-paced. I felt like the characters could move a little faster. But also, it's hard to tell because no one had gear, so I'm used to having to really pump a inkling full of ink in order to get them to, you know, be splatted, and you know. But this time nobody had gear, so we were just, you know, somebody can just spit, and if it lands on you, you die. Like, it was like the slightest drop of ink will knock you out. So, you know, that has to do with gear. The splat, like, I don't know, I like the entrance where you have to choose where you're going. I thought that was really cool, but I wish it gave you kind of a boost. Like, if you had inked that area originally and you land in it, I wish it gave you a boost so you can kind of like shoot out or something. I don't know, you kind of just like land and then you stagger and you're kind of just like walking around. I feel like they didn't, like, a lot of the things in Splatoon 3 already, they didn't think through. The Splatana, I thought that was really cool. It's such a cool looking weapon, but it's weak. Even if you're fighting people close range, it's supposed to be like a sword. So clearly when you're close to somebody, shouldn't you knock them out in 2 whacks? That's not the case. It's like the paintbrush. You gotta smack them like 8 times before they can finally, you know, knock out. Overall though, I didn't feel like it was pretty balanced. I didn't feel like anybody was super overpowered. A lot of those games that I played were very down to like, you know, less than 1%. Like, it was crazy. A lot of the teams just were at a perfect match. You know, everybody had fair game, no matter what weapon you chose. My opinion though, I'm really annoyed that we're in Splatoon 3. And we still don't have secondary weapons. Now, I know you have grenades, but like, if you chose a sniper, and sometimes what happens in Splatoon is that the weapon you chose is completely obsolete and you just can't make the weapon happen. You know, if everyone's running some sort of weapon that counters scopes and you're using a scoped weapon, like, good luck with that. I wish there was secondary weapons that if you were like choosing a sniper, you can switch to maybe a little pistol or something that you can kind of like have a little more flexibility with your gameplay. I feel like that'd be a lot more fun. Now, this also has to do with just inexperience. They're brand new abilities, but I felt like the new abilities weren't great. Maybe we weren't using them right, but from my experience, a lot of the brand new abilities were just not great. That Spider-Man one was kind of useless because it also just kind of sends you back to where you originally activated it, which is kind of boring. But I really did enjoy that like shark bicycle. You just, you know, you drive somewhere and then you explode, and you know, I think that was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. But okay, so the Tricolor Splatfest is another like poster thing of the game. Like, Tricolor is supposed to be like the big new thing for this game, and I think it was pretty weak. Maybe it was the map they chose, but again, I'm Team Rock. I was nowhere for Team Scissors because Team Scissors talked the most crap, so I definitely wanted to see them get completely decimated. But I wanted it to be done right, not like it was impossible for Team Scissors to win. So essentially what the Tricolor is that you have Team Yellow, Team Blue, and they're working together against Team Red. But it doesn't, like, essentially each team, if any of the teams get higher percentage of inked turf than the middle team, they win automatically. Like, both teams win. And so it's like, it was impossible for Team Red to win because they were always in the middle. And you know, also the teams on the opposite sides get free points because they can just ink their own turf, their own spawn. The middle team can't afford to go all the way to the other team's spawn. They have to stay in the middle and protect, because if they don't protect the middle, then the other teams can come and activate the radios where it'll cause all, you know, sprinklers and stuff. So then it's just, once you activate the sprinkler, it's like a definite loss for the middle team. So I don't know, it just felt so unfair to the middle team. It felt so unfair to Team Scissors. Again, I didn't want them to win at all, but it just felt unfair. I didn't feel good about winning. I was just like, okay, it's impossible, they can't win. Now, yes, I did lose some games in Tricolor, but overall, it just still felt like it wasn't well thought out. And I feel like that's kind of something that, in my personal opinion, is kind of the outlook of Splatoon 3. It's just not well thought out. I was really excited for this game, but you know, after what I've played, I just kind of realized, like, oh man, I just have not been enjoying much of the Nintendo titles this year. Like, they all kind of do the same thing. Nintendo doesn't, like, I feel like the past couple games, Nintendo hasn't really thought the game out. They haven't thought out their mechanics. They put minimal content, and I don't know, I don't know how to feel about that. Because if that's what I'm seeing with Splatfest, I'm probably gonna see it the same with story mode. I might be one of the lame ones, but I play Splatoon for the story, and I'm really excited because it's supposed to be the end of a saga, which implies there's gonna be a lot of crazy lore and story. But the past 2 games of Splatoon, you know how many games of Splatoon there are? There's 3, and the first 2 had such weak stories, man. They have that Princess in Another Castle type of story where, like, if you're like, okay, this is the objective, you finish a world, and then they're like, oh no, you caught up to me. Shit, that scared me. Oh no, you caught up to me. I'm gonna run. Oh no, dang it, darn, that person ran away. Now we have to go to the next world. And they just do it for like 8 to 9 worlds in a row until you get to the very last level, and then it's story. And then you get a nice little cutscene, and you know, and it is nice, but you have to play through the entire campaign. That's essentially just one level of story. And clearly Splatoon 3 is gonna have a weak story from what I'm seeing, how they're handling what the game is so far. Again, this is my personal opinion. You guys can be like, nah, Cisco, you don't know what you're talking about. This game is perfect, it's amazing. And hey, more power to you. This is just my personal take on the game. Let me know down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, if you want to see more content, I don't really do Splatoon. I do more Pokemon, Pikmin, Metroid, which I'm probably going to double down and do more of because the Splatoon content's not too popular on my channel. Then please, by all means, subscribe. I do lots of Nintendo stuff, so love to have you on board. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.